Seattle on the road at the LA Rams. This is 6.5 now out in favor of Seattle. 38.5 to 39. Rams have already said that they are going to rest key players here in this one. So this game starts to move and has moved pretty rapidly all the way out to just under a touchdown for Seattle. This is another one of the games that if you've been paying attention to the whole incentive thing, that this is getting a ton of buzz. And I think that this is actually the one that I believe. Geno Smith is only 185 yards away from $2 million, right? 185 passing yards is not all that hard to come by. And if you listen to McDonald, actually came out and said, when asked about this yesterday, that he said, you certainly want to see these guys get there. If there's anything that we can do to help them get there, obviously while still playing to win, he had to give himself an out there while still playing to win, then we're going to do that. So this is the one that I'm like, they're going to get it. They're going to get Geno Smith 185 passing yards. So, that is happening 1,000%. It's $2 million, and getting to 185 passing yards is pretty easy.
Yeah. And I think that's being overly baked into this line. Again, this one I have not added. I think I'm going to bet the Rams, though.
I kind of do too. I kind of think that the Rams are the side. If this gets to 7, if this gets to 7, which, by the way, Mo, when we're recording this here on a Friday, guys, the casual bettor probably still hasn't even heard about a lot of these incentive things and hasn't even cared at all about all this. We might see a 7 here, and then a 7 is just getting slammed in the account with the Rams for sure. I get it, and I can get behind the Seahawks being favored. I can even get behind the Seahawks being favored by more than 3. Mm-hmm. I can't get to 6.5 here. They still have Jimmy G, who, can't he do a poor man Stafford impression? I kind of feel like he can. He can't. Okay, if we're ranking backups and how bad we've seen backup play be and all that, he's got to be in the upper third, right?
Yeah, backups. I think that's a good line. My concern here would be the wide receivers. He's thrived with very good receiving options in the past. He will not have that here. I would anticipate Puka and Coop not playing. Man, but at the same time, the Seahawks have not had a good game in a month. This team looks pretty bad. So I just can't get behind them being 6.5-point favorites. Again, the players on the field are still going to be trying hard. The Rams are a good organization. They are an organization that has a healthy culture, and I just think the players are going to go out there and be solid and execute the game plan they're given. And they're probably going to be talented enough to keep it within 6.5 against a Seahawks team that's just as unmotivated as they are, basically.
So, unlike the Eagles situation, which we were talking about earlier, so you sit Puka Nacua, you sit Cooper Kupp. However, it's and the names aren't going to blow you away, guys, but here's the rationale after talking about it. It's Demarcus Robinson, it's Tutu Atwell, it's Jordan Whittington, and whatever. And the reason I bring this up is these are all dudes that have had to play a part in this offense already this year because there's been injuries to Puka Nacua, there's been injuries to Cooper Kupp, and they're just kind of part of this rotation that the Rams do with guys that just get run at the wide receiver position. And so, you get Jimmy G, and you're getting these guys that the names don't blow you away, but they're not dudes that haven't played. You're not grabbing these guys that have 10 snaps or whatever and throwing them out there like we're talking about on the Eagles side of things. Demarcus Robinson, Tutu Atwell, Jordan Whittington, all these dudes, they've played for this team this year. They have significant snaps for this team this year. And so, it's not Matthew Stafford, and sure, there'll probably be a couple of offensive linemen that sit and things like that, but it's not just a given, in my personal opinion, that because Geno Smith needs 185 passing yards, that this automatically is a landslide for Seattle.
Yeah, and it seems like that's what the market thinks. You can very easily pass for 200 yards and lose in a pro football game. It happens multiple times every week. So, Blake Corum. These guys are all coming out and playing in a system that we know works, too. They're still executing the same offense. Yeah,
7 is a 1,000% a bet for me here. If it gets there, and 6.5 might still in some fashion have to find its way in there.